Now left. Now left. Blue, 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 green, yellow, pink, blue. Just focus on the triangle, you're doing great. And I do hear that your heart rate has slowed. Okay, Brittany, we're going to go ahead and get started with your focused examination today. So I have a couple different things that we're going to go over, similar to your last examination, but this time we're focusing a little bit more on the sensory deprivation aspect of it. I want to make sure that as we apply the different stimuli to cover your eyes, as well as to impede your hearing, that you are still able to focus appropriately for your clinical trial. Okay. Okay. All right. So before we get started, I just want to ask you the same basic few questions. So can you tell me just how you're feeling?
I'm feeling well.
Generally well today? Mm-hmm. Any induced stress or anxiety today? Are you feeling nervous at all?
No.
Okay. So we always want to make sure that you're in a calm state of mind before we get started so we don't impede any of the results, obviously. So we can go ahead and get started. Now, I think the first thing I want to do is begin with just the very basics. So we are going to test the basics of your vision, visual field, as well as your hearing. I'll do a couple different focus tests, and then we are going to apply the sensory deprivation objects and see how well you perform with the secondary examination.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Do you have a preference if we start with vision or hearing?
Either.
Okay, so why don't we go ahead and start with vision. Okay, so starting with vision, I have my Penlight. And to start with, I want you to just focus on that point across the room. So you see the purple triangle there on the opposite wall. I want you to focus your vision on that. Try not to look directly at the light if you can help it, okay? So I'm going to come just a little bit closer to you here. And we are now beginning with our session. Very mild stimulation to the cornea, the retinas. Brief test for your pupillary constriction and dilation, as well as just overall stimulation of the muscles of the eyes. Focus on that purple triangle. Just keep focusing on the triangle there, Brittany. Very good. You're going to see the triangle change colors. Very good, very good. Okay, all right. That initial test you did really well. Did you see that it changed hues?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So now I'm going to perform a secondary test here, and I want you to have a look at my pen. I'm going to point to the different beads, and I want you to tell me what color they are. Okay, so let's start here.
Green, yellow, yellow, pink, blue, 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 green, yellow, pink, blue, yellow.
Very good. Good job there. That's great. Okay. All right. Now, similar to what we tested last time in your last clinical trial, your first session, I used a different tool. This time I have slightly more pointed, so it's going to be a little bit more of a distinct sensation. Again, I'm going to bring this to the corners of your eye, both inner and outer, and I want you to just allow yourself to blink naturally. Okay. So again, we're going to bring back up that purple triangle. Very good. And just focus on the triangle. Don't pay attention to what I'm doing. good. Good job, Brittany. You were able to maintain focus there. You did very well. So now I'm going to directly impede your vision. Now I previously fitted you for the Manta Sleep Pro mask, so I'm going to use the measurements that we already obtained. I've adjusted the mask accordingly so that it fits your exact specifications. We're going to test to make sure that you are not seeing any light, and then I'm going to perform the same reflex testing, this time focusing on the muscles just that lie outside the ocular region.
Okay.
Okay? All right. So I'm going to place the mask on you, and as I stated, it has been adjusted based on the measurements that we obtained. And I'm going to place this directly over the eye. As I tighten the mask, you should see that the room light starts to dim. And you should no longer be able to see any light in the room. Okay. Is that comfortable for you, Brittany?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the Pro mask is very breathable, so shouldn't cause any excess heat to your face, and the fabric is quite soft, so no irritation on any sensitive areas around the eye. Now, I want to test out that blackout feature. I want you to let me know if you see any light coming in on either side. You should not be able to see anything here. I'm going to come very close to the eye. You should not be able to see any light here. Very good. Testing the bottom as well as the top. And you should not be able to see any light here. Now beginning with our second portion of your session, I'm going to retest those same few things. So I want you to just focus on my voice. Focus on my voice. Don't pay attention to what I'm doing. Focus on the darkness. As I test the muscles around your face for normal reactivity when your vision is obstructed. Also testing your balance. Seeing a slight shift or sway is normal as your vision is impeded by the Manta Sleep Pro mask. And it does force you to pay more attention to maintaining upright posture. So again, just focus on my voice. Don't pay attention to what I'm doing. Very good. Starting to see that slight sway, which is what we want to see so that we know the mask is impeding your vision appropriately. Now, I'm going to tap very gently just over the mask. This is going to allow me to test further for your balance. So just relax. Focus on my voice. Very good. Very good reactivity of the musculature above the brow bone. Focus on my voice, don't focus on the sound. Very mild balance testing here. Very good, Brittany. Okay. So we're going to remove the mask. Allow your eyes a second to adjust before opening. And I want you to focus on the purple triangle across the room. And don't pay any attention to what I'm doing. Very good job, Brittany. Okay, all right. Let's go ahead and move on to phase 2, which is the hearing portion of your clinical trial today. Now, I have a couple different things that I'll be testing. So I'm going to start by putting on a pair of gloves, and this is going to allow me to produce a very specific noise directly next to your ear. All right, so I have my gloves on. I'm going to produce a noise very softly directly next to your ear. I want you to focus on that fixed point. Don't pay any attention to what I'm doing, okay? So I'm just gonna move your hair here. All right. And the triangle should come up about now. Focus on the triangle, you should see it start to change colors. Just focus on the triangle, you're doing great. Good, very good. Very good. Very good. Good job, Brittany. Okay. All right. Secondary test for your hearing. This time I'm going to test with the same pen. I'm just going to produce a very small noise. Now this time you're going to see numbers flash up across the wall there. As I create a noise on either side, I want you to read the numbers as they change. Okay? All right, so the first number should be popping up about now.
6, 3, 2, 8, 7, 0, 1, 7, 9, 13, 5, 13.
Very good. Okay. So you did finish the sequence and you got them all correct. Now, this time I want you to close your eyes for me. I'm going to produce a sound in either ear. So you're going to hear this sound. And I want you to focus on the sound as I move it around different sides of the ears. I'd like you to indicate when you hear it and where. Now.
Right ear.
Now.
Left.
Now.
Left. Right.
Good. And now.
Pretty central.
Very good. Now.
Right.
Now.
Left.
Now.
Left.
And now.
Central.
Very good, Brittany. Very good. You can open your eyes. Now I am going to go and grab our sound device. Now this device is the Manta Sleep Sound Machine. It's going to produce a series of noise. You're going to hear the sound. I'm going to repeat the hearing test. And again, I want you to focus on my voice. Try not to focus on the sound, and we'll see how well you do.
Okay.
Okay. have my remote here. I will be controlling this for the remainder of your hearing test. And I've selected a few sounds here that I think will work best for this portion of the examination. So you're going to hear a sound now. Okay. So we're going to start with that. I will adjust the volume as we continue. So I want you to close your eyes for me. Focus on my voice. Just tell me when you hear a secondary sound.
Now. 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 Now.
Stay focused on my voice. Keep your eyes closed. Tell me when you hear a secondary sound.
Now. 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 Now.
Very good. You can open your eyes, Brittany. I'm going to test that again. This time I want you to hold this object in your hand. I'd like you to play around with that as I perform a secondary hearing test. This time I'm going to produce a puff of air. So I'm now distracting you with multiple different stimuli. So you continue playing with that. I'm going to select a different sound from our Manta sleep sound machine. And I'd like you to close your eyes for me, Brittany. Focus on my voice. Try not to react to this sound. Now I want you to tell me when you hear it.
Now. 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 Now.
What side do you hear it on?
The right side.
And now.
Left.
And now.
Right.
And now.
Right.
And now.
Left.
And now.
Right.
And now.
Right.
And now.
Right.
And now.
Left.
Very good. Okay. So we're going to hear the sound turn off. Okay. I will take this tool from you. Now I'm going to perform a very brief stethoscope assessment. So I'm going to reassess your heart rate, similar to what we did just before we started today's session, and this will allow me to document any changes in your cardiac rhythm at this point with the stimuli that we produced. In the sensory deprivation, we'd like to see a decrease in active heart rate as well as resting as you've been sitting for about 30 minutes now.
Okay.
Okay? I am going to place my stethoscope in my ears. And I'd like you to just close your eyes and breathe normally. Just remain relaxed. Just listening for any audible changes in disposition. I do hear that your heart rate has slowed. So far I'm hearing lowered resting heart rate in line with what we'd like to see at this point in your session. Take a deep breath in for me, Brittany. And exhale all the way. Very good. Okay, all right. Now, Brittany, you can go ahead and open your eyes. That's going to conclude today's session for your sensory deprivation clinical trial. Now you still have 3 sessions remaining. I would like to keep you on the same schedule so we can keep in line with your results. Now, of course, both of the products we've used today are available on the Manta Sleep website, and you can use code Siesta for 10% off at checkout. I will have that both in the description box and in the pinned comment, and I'd like you to return as scheduled for your follow-up visit. Okay, all right. Now please take a minute to rest, allow yourself to realign, and then I hope you get home safely.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much.